Hey, hey, how are you today? This is Jill. For those of you who don't know me, Jill Coletti with Evolve with Jill. And today we're going to talk about the Invincible Family Project. So, if you don't know me, my passion in life is to help moms and families heal, to help them shine their light bright. So, we got to learn how to put mom first and do the things for mom so that she can help her kiddos and her family and, shine that light on them. And then we can impact the world. And part of that includes this Invincible Family Project. And today I have Swati with me. Swati, thank you, first of all, so much for joining me. What is really
Oh,
fun is
thanks.
the timing right now. It is evening for me, and it is the following day morning for you because you are in Singapore, correct?
Yes, that's right. That's right. Hello. Hello, everybody.
And I think one of the coolest things, so I'm in New Hampshire, in the US, in New Hampshire. Swati is in Singapore. So, first of all, just with technology, how cool, right? We can connect. I think one of the coolest things about this, again, amazing project, right, is that we've all come together and connected from literally the globe. All over the world is a bunch of women, female entrepreneurs. There are some men too, like in our home based revolution group too. But we've all come together to all instill this hope, to share our stories in the hope that it will inspire other people to make their own invincible family and just create hope for them to create a life that they love and do what they love. And that's one of the things that I just really love about it. And Martha, and the fact that we are part of this home-based revolution and part of this Invincible Family Project. And there's so many things that I related to in your story, Swati. Um,
Yeah.
we're so different. Our backgrounds are so different. What we do is so different. But there were so many pieces of your story when I was reading it that I was like, me too, me too, me too. Um, and just, I love that. I think it's so cool. So thank you again so much for being here and joining me and just sharing a little piece of you. Um, for those of you listening, listen, hear Swati's story. If you relate at all to any piece of this, I have put her contact info so you can reach out to her. And if you relate to any piece of this, you may want to grab the book. No big if you don't, but you may want to. So, Swati, would you mind sharing a little piece about you?
Oh, yeah, sure. So, hello, everybody. As Jill said, I'm Swati. I'm sitting all the way across the globe in Singapore. How cool is that, right? With
I
my
love
fan
it.
on, and it's like early morning for me. So, yeah, if actually the book is like, it's still so surreal. If somebody told me that I'm going to be an author and a published author, a number one bestseller author, even like 3 months ago, I'd be like, oh my God, that's like the joke of the millennium, right?
I feel that.
So, and I've actually done it. And I still can't believe it at times. So let me go back to like the beginning of how it all started and give you like a snippet of that. So I'm a mom with two boys, and they're at that age where I absolutely love them to bits, but then they are at that age where they take up a lot of my energy and my time, and I love it. But there are times when the usual pick up, drop off, classes, homework, you know the mom life, right?
Oh, I
It
do. I
just
do.
as much as we love our little ones, it just gets to you. And the
Mhm.
me time and everything comes in, but then back to the same old grind every single day. That was my life, and I absolutely love my job. I do work part time and have that balance between work and life. But um, when the pandemic hit, everything changed. Right now, this is what, about 2 years ago for us in Singapore. Now, the good thing about the pandemic here was we had a very strict lockdown, but we could go out, exercise, or walk. So that was my out in that staying home with my little ones and that drastic change in work, because I'm a physical therapist. I work with my hands, right? And I work with my patients, that interaction, that, this psychological aspect of pain. That's my whole life when it comes to my profession. And everything changed. It was like you go online and you work. And I'm like, huh, I've never done that. Is it that even possible? So you see, home life changed, professional life changed, and everything just went topsy-turvy. But the good thing was every single morning I would get out of the house, just go for a walk, run, bike, whatever I could for 2 good hours. And the stress of how do I work online was building up. The fact that I was home all the time and in a mummy role 24/7 was building up. I love staying home, but I didn't want that stress. So it was like such a dilemma, right? So
Yes.
that is where I was at. And then things happened, the stress built up, and one day I was like, I am so done. But this is not a job you can resign from, right? My job, I could if I wanted, but I don't want to. I love my job.
Yeah.
And with the mummy job, you can't. It just goes on and on forever.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like literally pushed to a corner. One of the things I used to do was scroll Facebook groups because I was using the products of one of the MLMs and multi-level marketing companies. And I used to listen to a lot of videos, educational videos on the products. So so me on that day when I was really pushed to a corner and I couldn't really focus, I was just walking, walking along the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a lady talk, and oh my gosh, she was so refreshing. Now, this is Martha Krejci, my mentor, and I would say, friend and my guide. So I was listening to her talk about the products of the MLM and then talking about building a business around it. I never thought that I would build a business because I was happy with my job. I was doing well. I never wanted another source of income.
Mm-hmm.
I, as we all do, I stalked her, looked her up on Facebook, IG, everywhere. Because there
Turned
was
into a
something
stalker.
about her. Oh yeah, I admit it. I'm a stalker when it comes to Martha. Yes, I
You're
think
not
she's
the
a
only
little bit
one.
of
You're
a
not the only
narcissist.
one.
Oh, no, 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 not everybody. Like in a very positive way. So I was watching her video one after the other, and I followed her for a few months. And she came up with a program which was like she's a business strategist. So she came up with a program where she talked about multiple income streams, and we all know it as home-based revolution. So she's talking about all this, and I'm thinking, and not for me, but I just sent her a message. And she's like, of course, it's for you, it's for anybody on the planet. I was so intrigued. I jumped in thinking this is going to be purely business. I'd probably be, I have my own website, I'd have my blogs, etc., etc. And I have all of that, as you'd see in the links later. But what happened was the shift in my mindset, that stress that I was feeling, that load sitting on my head, just slowly started to shift off in a very positive way. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell you everything that happened, but finally, you'd have obviously read the book for that. It'll get too long if I talk about it here. But finally, what happened was my mindset started to change because the pandemic situation here in Singapore, it's still a little bit on the strict side, but we still have a lot of social restrictions. But I'm back to work. I'm more confident. I have managed to get over that. Am I doing this right? Despite having years and years of experience, despite having all those certificates sitting with me, I have managed to have that confidence that yes, what I'm doing is right. And this is where I want to be 5 years down the line with my career. So that has come to me now. And with my family, it's like, okay, I understand my kids better. I understand my role as a mom better. So I'm a better professional, I'm a better mom, a better wife, a better friend. I would say that mindset part itself, which is a small part of the course, has changed so much for me. And yeah, the fact that I'm sitting here in an interview, the fact that I wrote a chapter in the book with these amazing 26, you're one of them, Jill, what these amazing 26 women from across the globe. I still can't understand. I mean, how did I do this? But then
Right.
I can just attribute it to the mindset part of the course. And that's just one part of the course. I mean, I'm not saying go in and do the course, but what I'm saying is I'm just telling you how I actually went from that completely stressed out mom stuck in that pandemic, completely stressed out, stuck in the job that I loved, yet I was stressed out, to
Yeah.
where I am today. Right? So that's my story. Obviously, if you want the rest of it, you'd have to go and read the chapter. And I'm
I got the
sure
book. I got the book.
everybody's, oh yeah, there it is. Yes. I'm still waiting for mine to sort of ship
Oh, to
across the
arrive.
globe. So yep. Still waiting. So yeah, and I'm sure I've read all the stories. I'm sure they're all as inspiring, and you'd be able to connect with either mine or somebody else's story in there. Yeah, so that was it about me, Jill.
I love it. I really appreciate you sharing that. And even more now, just talking with you right now, I'm going, yeah, I was feeling that. And I know other people, that overwhelm of mom life, right? Like hashtag mom life, right? You're doing all these things. And you're also like, well, I don't want to give up my job. I love what I do too, but it's a lot. And even when you love both sides, you love your life, you love being a mom, you love your job, it still can be so overwhelming. And then you throw in a pandemic and change it all, you know, I can really, when you were talking about going for walks every day, my kids, what came to my mind was when my kids were like, not another walk, mom. Like it was like, because it was every day. Well, we're getting outside every day. And we explored the
Yeah,
town because I wish I lived near the ocean beach, but we lived near like a lake and there's a, trail. And
mhm,
every day we're going down there checking out different things. And they were to the point where they were like, and even still to this day, they're like, Mom, I don't want to go for a walk because they got so walked out. And I'm like, but that was the escape. And
yeah,
and I think what one of the big things is you get so used to that. So what happened to a lot of us is we were forced to be home. My job, similar to yours, was in person. Like I'm a Reiki master teacher. I do healing, and it was all in person with my clients. So then it was like topsy turvy, flip that around. How in the world do I make this, you know, a virtual thing, right? So how do I do that? Figuring out all the things on how to make it virtual.
exactly,
Appreciate,
exactly.
yeah, appreciate your family and your health. You're now enjoying the fact of being like, for me, I enjoy the fact of being home more often, more with my family, but like I miss certain pieces of work. And okay, now how do we incorporate that all in? And that's what one of the things about this program has done. And the fact that us sharing these stories, like so many people can relate to that because everyone's lives got flipped, turned upside down, right? In the past 2 years,
Yep,
in some
yep,
way, shape, or form. And, you know, we all have had to pivot in some way. And now the fact that you're now dreaming, like, this is what my life's going to be in 5 years, and the stress has alleviated. And, there's always going to be stress, right? We're parents
yep.
and, then we work full time, we do all these things, right? But, yeah, I just love those pieces of your story. And there's still so much more. The fact that you can do your job in a different way to now do it virtually. Like there's just so many things that are really, really inspiring. And, like your story, as well as, like you said, the 26 other, but all 27 people have something to share that can create that hope. And I just love the fact that you're part of this and that it is pretty cool to say that we are published authors, right?
Yes, it is. It's a real honor
Yeah,
to be a part
it's
of
really
this book,
amazing,
to be able to say you're a number one bestseller published author.
right?
It's like, yay! Doesn't get
And
better, does it?
I agree with you. Like months ago, I never would have thought that
Yeah,
in my wildest dreams, my name would be on a book ever. And now I'm
yeah,
like thinking about like a book series, like, like things, it just opens your mind. The mindset piece is absolutely huge.
mm,
So Once again, I really appreciate you coming on, sharing just a snippet. There's so much more to learn about Swati. Check out the link. I shared her link. I'll also share the link to the Home-Based Revolution if you guys want to check it out, and obviously to the book. Reach out to Swati if even a smidge of this resonates with you. Reach out to her and see what she has to do, because I know, just to throw a little bit, you work with people with posture, like posture
Yes.
things and stuff, right? So
Yes.
if you want to just share
I
maybe a
am. Yeah.
little bit about what you do, because I think that'll be cool too for people to check out if they're interested.
Sure, sure. So I'm an executive power coach. So basically, I work with the executives who want to walk into a room and just own it, right? So how do you actually get
I
into
just
a
got a
room,
chill when you
get
said that.
everybody's, yeah, so you just walk into a room. You know how when you have people who walk in and they have this personality, everybody just turns around and looks at them. They're like they have this magnetic, dynamic personality. How do they have it? What's the secret behind it? So I I mean, I have for years worked with such people, and I work mainly on posture, how to get them to that level. And it sounds like, oh my God, how do you do that? This very systematic, you go step by step, and that's where I come in. So yeah, and you can find out more about me on the website. As Jill said,
Yeah.
she'll leave the link there. So if you are interested in knowing more, you can definitely get on my website and know more about me. You can contact me, and yeah,
So
that's
if you're ready
it's
to like have that posture and own a room when you walk in, Swati is your person.
oh,
Basically, is what
thank
you're
you,
saying.
Jill, and thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I
And
mean,
and also thank you for having me here.
yeah,
I mean, this is an absolute pleasure coming on here and talking to you and having all the people listen in.
yeah, it's really a pleasure speaking with you as well. And I know, like, I'll be soon getting ready for bed, and you're just starting your day. So I hope you
Yes.
really have an amazing day. And I really appreciate you. It's been a pleasure, like, getting to know you, and I probably could talk to you all day long, but I know you have things to do. So
Same.
thank you again.
Same.
have, a,
Thanks.
have, have the best day. Take care.
Thank you. You too. You too.
Bye.